Are you ready, Monarchs fans? It's time for the Old Dominion Football Show with Bruce Rader and Coach Bobby Wilder.
Weeks of hot summer practices came to an end last week, and on a rainy September night, the Monarch faithful came out in full force to cheer on their Monarchs in the season opener. The scoreboard showed a 31-17 ODU victory, but Coach Bobby Wilder didn't seem to have a smile on his face as he walked into the locker room. What was going through his head? Let's find out. The Old Dominion Football Show starts now.
I'm hungry. That's what's going through my head.
I'm Bruce Rader along with Coach Bobby Wilder. Welcome to the premiere of Year 8 of the Old Dominion Football Show on our new time. Thursday nights here at 10:45 this season. Okay, Coach, a win is a win, but I am guessing that there were some areas that you were not happy with, and I assume it starts with those uncharacteristic turnovers.
Yeah, I love the effort, Bruce. Great effort by our players. They were excited. They wanted to play, as you and I talked about off air, with no preseason games. You're going right into it. You know, this is their first audition, and we had two new quarterbacks who were breaking in, wind, rain. It's the turnovers, Bruce, because our success is based on not turning the ball over. We had 3 turnovers in the game, all from the quarterback position. We only took the ball away once from Albany. Give them a lot of credit. So to lose the turnover battle by 2 and win the game by 2 touchdowns, I'll take it.
As for the defense, they got off to a great start, especially in the first half. Great pressure, I thought, on the Albany quarterback. Then it started raining hard, and I don't know, I thought the defense looked pretty good overall.
Yeah, they did. 7 sacks, Bruce. My goodness, anytime you can get 7 sacks in a game, and remember, this was an Albany team that didn't throw the ball much. They only had 12 passes in the first half. 31 total for the game. When they were trying to play catch-up at the end, they threw the ball a lot. 7 sacks, 9 TFLs for minus 46 yards. We were really aggressive in the front. Coach Commissione doing a good job with our front. Coach Nagy with the defense. Overall, we played well. We just gave up too many yards in the second half and a couple touchdowns when it got a little closer. But I felt like it was a good start for our defense. Let's
talk about your quarterbacks. First, Blake LaRussa. He wasn't highly recruited coming out of Bishop Sullivan High School in Virginia Beach. He walked on. He earned a scholarship, and now he is a starting quarterback for an FBS team. I mean, what a great story. That's the American dream.
You're right, it is, Bruce. And the key thing is earned. You had said earned. He's earned everything that he's received. He's worked really hard to get where he is. And in a tough night, Bruce, to play, for anybody that's ever played quarterback or even tried to throw a ball in the rain or wind, that's hard to do. And he completed 70% of his passes, played a solid game. He was on all of his reads. He had one forced play in the game where he tried to force the ball into a receiver and it got intercepted by Albany. But overall, he played a solid game for us.
And transfer quarterback Jordan Hoy played for the first time for Old Dominion. You take on Jordan's performance, and will we see him, or will we see both of them actually play against UMass on Saturday?
Yeah, you will. We'll have a similar script going into this game where Blake will play the first couple series, then Jordan will come in. Jordan's only been with us a couple months and completed 67% of his passes. He ran the ball well. He had a turnover, Bruce, on a blitz that we didn't pick up. They knocked the ball out of his hands, so he's got to do a better job with ball security. But felt really good with both of them, Bruce. Their poise in tough conditions, leadership on the sideline and on the field. We're going to continue to develop both of them, and we'll have a similar plan going into this game.
Depth. Wasn't a lot of it 8 years ago when we started this show. You talk about it all the time. You've talked about it for years. Saturday, you had 56 players in that game. Some of these guys we had never seen before.
Right, yeah, that's the most we've ever played in an opener, Bruce, is 56 players. 17 of them were first-time players. The majority were redshirt freshmen from last year. As you remember, Bruce, we talked a lot last year about we redshirted 30 out of the 31 freshmen last year. Bailey Kate, the punter, was the only true freshman to play. So you had a lot of redshirt freshmen. You had Jordan Hoy, the transfer, and then Nick Rice, Bruce, was the only true freshman to play our kicker and made all 4 of his kicks. So it was exciting. It gets the newness out of it. Now they all feel a lot better. They've played in the game.
All right. You brought this up a little earlier. Unlike the NFL, you don't get 4 preseason games. I don't know how much you like to hit during the preseason. You probably don't hit a lot because you don't want to have to suffer injuries.
Right.
These kids get out there on the field. They finally get to hit somebody for 60 straight minutes. How did they feel after that game, the players?
Yeah, they felt good. We got out of it relatively injury-free. Ray Lowry had a little bit of an issue with his hamstring on that long touchdown run, and he'll be a game-time decision Saturday. But overall, Bruce, they felt really good. We were healthy coming out of it. And you bring up a great point. When you look at preseason, the NFL's got 4 games, and then they also have the waiver wire. They can go get somebody. That's not how it works in college. So we try to be protective of the players in preseason, not overdo it with the hitting, but you got to do enough, Bruce, so your special teams and defense can learn how to tackle.
After that great season you had last year, 10 wins, the win in the Bahamas Bowl, are your players, especially the older ones, putting more pressure on themselves? Did they come off that field saying, maybe we could have played better?
Yeah, you always come off the field saying you could have played better, and our mindset is we try to just go 1-0 each week. And we've won 10 of our last 11 games. We've won 7 games in a row, and we try to keep the same mindset, Bruce, no matter who the opponent is. Let's just figure out a way to win this game. But the good thing is they all came off the field in that game, and I had to remind them, guys, we just won by 2 touchdowns, but they want to play better, and that's a good thing.
All right, we're going to talk about UMass when we come back, and Marvin Branch had a critical interception Saturday, but the thrill of that was nothing compared to going one-on-one with that guy, Brian Parsons, in the 1-minute drill. And Coach Wilder answers your questions in the Coach's Corner, coming up next on the Old Dominion Football Show.
I'm Brian Parsons. Welcome back to the Old Dominion Football Show, the 1-minute drill. We have redshirt junior linebacker Marvin Branch all the way from Suffolk here this week. Marvin, why did you come to Old Dominion being so close from Suffolk?
I'm kind of a mama's boy, so it was far enough. She just couldn't pop up on me, but it was close enough. I needed to get home. I just go through the tunnel.
And they get to go to all the games, all the home games.
Yep. Yeah, that was a big thing, too. I like them being in my game, so they're here to support me.
What was your biggest high school memory as a Nansman River Warrior?
Probably returning a punt. I mean, it got tipped, but it felt like they kicked it to me, so when I did that, I felt pretty cool.
Conference USA takes you all over the place. We're talking Boca, we're talking Miami, we're talking El Paso, San Antonio, Birmingham's now in the mix. What is your favorite city to travel to visit to play a game?
I have to say Charlotte. The hotel we stayed at, the area we stayed in, was beautiful. The food was delicious. The rooms was amazing. That whole experience was amazing. And plus, we won.
Can you give me a Ric Flair impersonation?
Woo! That's all I got.
The Bahamas Bowl. You won. What was the best thing about the trip to the Bahamas?
Probably the Popeyes. Like, it was...
That's a popular answer, by the way.
Like, this is easily the Popeyes for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It was amazing. And even when we got back, I still went to Popeyes.
Marvin Branch, all the way from Suffolk, he passes the 1-minute drill. Marvin, say goodbye to the Monarch Nation.
Can't wait to see you guys get the stadium rocking.
And he had quite a game last week.
He did. That interception, Bruce, came right after an offensive turnover, got the momentum right back. He's a redshirt junior. He's played in 23 games, just earned. Like we talked about Blake LaRussa, a local guy earning a scholarship. Marvin Branch just went on scholarship this summer. Really excited for him.
All right, the Coach's Corner coming up next. Time now for the Coach's Corner. First question, Coach, is from Walter in Norfolk. How do you get the team to not look past UMass with UNC coming to Norfolk the following week?
Yeah, that's a great question, Bruce. We've talked all UMass this week. That's all the players have talked about. That's all we've talked about. And the biggest thing is just continuing with that theme, Bruce, of each week you're trying to go 1-0 that week. It's hard to win college football games, and it's really hard to go on the road. This is going to be a tough road trip, so we're locked in on this game. Thanks for the question.
Well, Donald in Chesapeake wants to know that he noticed that Jeremy Cox returning kicks on Saturday. Is that something we're going to see during the season?
Good job by Donald picking up on that. Yeah, we're trying to find as many ways as we can to get Jeremy Cox the football. You know, Ray Lowry gets a lot of touches. Jeremy last year, they're two of the best running backs in the nation combined coming back. Bruce, last year, 2,000 yards, 24 touchdowns. And Jeremy's really good at catching the ball on kickoff return, so that's another way to try to get him the ball. Thanks for the question.
All right. UMass suffered a disappointing loss to Coastal Carolina last weekend down in Conway. They come home with a chip on their shoulder, and they have one of college football's top receivers and tight end Adam Brenneman, who's nursing an injured ankle, but he's still expected to play. Tell us about UMass.
Yeah, they're unbelievably hard losses. Their opener, they played Hawaii at home, Hawaii who destroyed Middle Tennessee in a bowl game last year. They're up by 2 touchdowns, Bruce. They lose it late in the game, and then they go down to Coastal Carolina. So we expect we're going to get their best effort Saturday. 450 yards of offense. They throw for 300 yards. Their quarterback, Adam Ford's outstanding. You mentioned Brenneman, running back's good. They're solid on defense and special teams. We're going to have our work cut out for us with this one.
The offensive line, I understand they threw an extra practice in there on Labor Day.
Yeah, they did. They were a little disappointed, Bruce. They pride themselves on our ability to run the ball and give Albany a lot of credit. They're a good team, but we're better than the way we played in the run game. Not just the O-line, the wideouts, running backs, everybody. We have to play better, and we have to run the ball better, Bruce.
Boy, I'll tell you what, Coach, what an exciting season ahead, as I mentioned.
Sure is.
North Carolina at SB Ballard Stadium next week, followed by a visit to Virginia Tech, and then the Conference USA schedule begins. This is what you've always wanted.
Here we go. Yeah, it's exciting, Bruce, and we got to get this one this weekend. But what we've done with the schedule with Wood Seelig, Bruce Stewart, myself, was to build it for this time when we thought we'd be ready 8-9 years into the program, and hopefully we are.
It sounds like you are. The fans are ready. We're gonna have a great time this year, Coach. I'm telling you that. Follow the Monarchs every night at 10:45 on the Fox 43 Sports Wrap, and we hope you will join us on our new time every Thursday night right now at 10:45 here on Fox 43. And you know what? If you're not going to be home, make it a point to set your DVR so you don't miss a minute of the best coaches show in the country, because we got the best coach. The Old Dominion Football Show with head coach Bobby Wilder. Coach, good luck.
Thank you, Bruce. Appreciate it.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.